team. It's Nameless King, it has Mo, it has all of those guys from those teams previously, like Renewal and Lyrisan Marine. And I mean, it's just very strange to me. I thought they would have put up, survivors that weren't going to have to deal with as much ping. There's going to be about probably like 105 or 110 difference, give or take, 180 if you're not running exit lag. But I guess that could also chop down to the sets that we were allocated for this series. So who knows? Maybe we do like the Demogorgon as to oppose of anything else we would to pick on the side of Ancestor, but we are going to be loading into the match. It's going to be Smoky Hellfire. Now, we know he's had some net issues in the past, but we have accommodated for those, and everything seems to be A-okay as it currently stands as we do spawn over into the Wreckers Yard. I'm going to check over here towards this 7 tile as we don't really spot anyone at this point in time, but we will be trying to take our first chase of the match. So some incredible stealth work from our Survivor team. Now, what do we think in terms of stages here, Jumps?
You have a Demogorgon, tier 5 balancing also. Tier 4 to 5, I'm going to be honest, is a little bit brutal these days for the killer. With that being said, you do have stuff like Blood Flavor, which is what Smokey's running here. Very interesting selection of a perk, I have to admit. I thought personally, maybe Demo's chase potential was already quite short for a low tier killer, but obviously Smokey disagree with that. Wants to bring even more safety in. Don't blame him at all. And then the Pain Resurrection, the Corrupt, pretty standard 3 additions. You'll see them probably 95% of the time in an all-star match, if not 100. So very, very well played. We are finding a bloke down here now. I believe this is the 11 side these days of the map, formerly as known as the 5 side. We do see Die Shao, I'm going to say Die Shao, taking the first tag. At the 10 side, Blood Favor is coming active. We do have Clean Breakout. I believe that is Cut Loose as well. Very nice crouch tech there from the big man Die Shao onto Big Smokey. Smokey getting a bit impatient. This RNG is very, very lovely as well. We have spotted the Blood Favor totem as well. So kind of a bad spot to be taking chase if you're... Oh, Smokey's having a rough go right now. And we make the Jungle Gym 12. Oh, this is 6 nowadays. We're still shredding for distance, Buller. You need to be patient, son.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit antsy, as we like to call it. I mean, he is really trying to make use of that shred, but Daisho really showing the mechanics of the Survivor here. And we are going to be pre-dropping this pallet. It's going to extend our chase even longer, and you can only anticipate in the background that those gens are going to be smashed out. We take President of the Pallet too. That is criminal, and that's going to allow us to make all the way down to this large rock over at 2 here. I don't think we'll no, this gen hasn't been working, but oh my god, that was a crazy hit there. There's Blood Favor still in the trial, so there's going to be no pallet saves of the sort, and Han Lee is going to know it, and he's going to go back to the gen pressure. At the moment, we do not get a Pain Resonant stack, unfortunately, as this is not a Pain Resonant, so we've just opted to go for a quick hook here on the side of Smokey. Now he's going to be placing a portal here over at this 2 tile, now rotating back to the... I can't even tell these days. Is this 11 or is this 5? Hang on a second. Am I a little bit disoriented here?
From what I can gauge in the meta these days, the meta shift, the map has flipped. So this is formerly 5. I think because they have the bus here these days, it's 11. I think most of the... Oh, a little swing and a miss there. I think most of the recognized comp players, even just the medium to low tier players as well, recognize this as the top side of the map, where he would be running top mid to 1 side now, 2 potentially.
Well, that makes total sense. I mean, I don't know what they've done to this map, but nevertheless, we're going to be taking chase back over to deep 12 here, just trying to make use of these little trash fillers, as we don't have a pallet or access to any sort of pallet. Going down, this is going to be the second stage of the match onto Mio, but we do have 2 generators popped in the background as a result of it, so the Survivor's definitely still in the lead here. Smokey's really going to have to get this Pain Resonance hook, and the snowball has to happen now if he's really to take this game back into his grasp. In unfortunate timing, there is the generator over at 11 procking too. So I mean, Smokey has a tall order here. He needs to be probably chasing his freshers at the moment. I think it's a little bit too late for a tunnel out unless we find Daisho just magically sitting around somewhere, which we do. That is absolutely crazy. We're going to be running down all the way down into the pocket of deep 6 here, greeting this pallet, and we're going to have to play the little checkies on no pallet possession on the side of our Survivor. We're greeting that too. That's egregious. And now we're going to be able to make it. No, we aren't. We're going to be going down. Blood Favor is going to allow us to just pick this with no worries in the world. And as I was saying that Smokey has to lift up his game. He has definitely done that here. So maybe we go looking for that totem, or we're opting to go for gen pressure here. Okay, I don't really hate the idea. I mean, it just kind of, you just kind of have to be lasting on the side of Daisho once you're off that hook, in all honesty. And now Smokey taking ground once more, going back to the middle of the map here, and just going to go over this generator in the far corner. You can anticipate that that is pumping away, and yes, it is. It is about 4.5 pistons done, but we're not going to opt to kick it. We are going to go all the way back to our tunnel out to get that done as soon as possible. I mean, this is where it's make or break here, in all honesty. This chase means so much. Does he commit this for the tunnel out? He needs to be quick if he does, and he needs to make sure he's going to leave it and go for a fresh hook if he doesn't. So, I mean, breaking this pallet here, we are going to be taking chase back onto the main building, the shack even, and then we're going to be running all the way down into the deep pocket here, passing by a portal, but that is a very lovely shred from the side of Smokey. We're going to go for pickup here, and that is going to be 4 stages as it currently stands, but with the last generator proccing, we got to find that last fresh hook now here. I got to say, I really want those 7 stages.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was a great shred. It was a great shred. I thought he was going to be able to play at least a decent 3v1, get like that extra fresh, like you said, Big Buller. But no, they've popped all. Head on 2 from Megalodon, soloist. We saw him. I believe he was on Lyrisan. That could be faulty information. I do believe he played previously in season 3. I can't remember what team. I'm going to say Lyrisan Marine. That would make the most sense. Either way, chase on him, got the head on. Really nicely played overall from just everyone on Lyrisan, everyone on Nameless King. It was, I mean, they definitely spotted the blood favor. There was no doubt about that. They just chose not to care.
Last week, there is the likes of Twisty and Noz. You do have Spry back in the squad, and I can't remember the 4 survivors. I don't have my sheets up with me, but it is another OC survivor. I think it would have been Smokey to play the serve set too. I mean, if I'm looking at the VCs correctly, I'm fairly sure that would have been who is playing, but, oh, and it could have been Shark too. Shark making a return as well. Could be Shark. If we load in, we are going to be seeing our killer spawn over at the crane here, and yeah, it is Shark. So yeah, no, Smokey taking a backseat at the moment, and I'm not too sure if my stream has paused or the game has paused or something has happened, but I am unable to see what's happening here, Joms.
No, I've got you, big man. I am still tapped in. Well, I want to read you a build. Obviously, you're getting AM radio right now. Also, he's got crowd control, ruin, Pentimento, bloodfeather. We have not brought corrupt into the trial. That is beautiful. That is very beautiful. I am very eager to see how this is. So this is what you would anticipate a tier 3 set to look like. Sorry, a tier 5 set, sorry, I apologize. Hectic builds, shaky perks from the survivors, because obviously you get good perks. Like, I wouldn't say these are bad perks from the servers, they're pretty good perks. You know, you get like pretty much everything essential. We do see Noz here, we do see Spree, Twisty, and Grimmer, like you said, Big Sharky. Both Sharky and Grimmer. Sorry, that's the same person. Both Sharky and Twisty. We have blood favor as well. Am I skitzing? I thought we had crowd control. My god, we have this full totem build. That is insane, Corey.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I mean, the man's definitely putting on an aggressive performance at the moment, but Noz showing a little bit of the mechanical skill here. Hasn't gone down just yet. Definitely the first chase that you need if you're going to go for a win con like this, but unfortunately, Twisty getting tagged at that generator there that I do believe was being doubled. I'm not too sure. No, it was, they're 3-splitting, never the mind. But we are going to be continuing the chase back onto Twisty here as to opposed to going for Noz, and we are going to be camping this pallet here, but pre-dropping in the process at this new tile. I don't even really know what you would call this, but following up the chase here on Mo with being mind-gamed at the long side of the non-pallet possession side, heading into the map on the side of Mo. Really getting that nice down onto Twisty here. This is going to be the first hook of the game, and you don't have access to pain res here, but you do have access to a hook that next to a generator that had been worked, and that means that, you know, I do believe that is Spry in the distance is going to have to start pre-leaving that. I mean, this is a long time, like, for the wiggle, in all honesty, but we do manage to make this hook here over at the corner, and we are going to maybe be taking a kick onto the generator. No. Oh, wait, no, because Ruin's still in effect. I'm stupid. Never mind. We do have, yeah, it is full totem build, like you had said. Ruin, crowd control, blood favor, and is that Pentimento for when the totems get broken? Oh, boy, okay. But are we going to be playing through those perks is my question.
I don't think you can. I mean, I think you maybe gamble on the totem, and just see what you get. Maybe you get crowd control or blood favor. I think you'd try and go for one of them, but then you just have Penty. They have done that. They've gotten ruin. Probably one of the worst of the three, I'll be honest. We have caught Spree out here, the returning survivor making his debut. Going to be taking a tag all the way at 7, going to rotate to 6. Mo's going to opt to leave that. Kicking 10, yeah. I mean, we do have, yeah, the Ruin gone now. It's all the way down on the 5 side, 6 full. So Mo's going to have to venture all the way across if he does want the value from Pentimento. Probably not something I would advise is worth, but he is, you know, big bad Mo, so you can't really tell him off for doing anything. You know, I'm sure he knows better than most. The main concern I have right now, we do see Blood Favor proccing in the background as well. So they have chosen to go through the totems, Corey. That's not a bad decision from them. I don't really hate it. It's kind of safe to go through totems. The problem is you have to be conditioned. You've also got a bloke that's on second hook now, and he's going to be entering his last chase at 4 gens. Maybe not even that. Maybe they just let him die. And it wouldn't even be the worst decision, because if you do let him die here, you get 3 gens, proggy. You still have the whole map to work with. You still have Crane, you still have Shaq. You still have everything. It's one stage you can give up, but it may be your best shot, Bulla.
2 Pentamentos in the game now. That's going to slow the gens down a little bit, unfortunately. So he is going to extend the chase time for Mo. He's going to be a little bit more forgiving on his side. We are going for a save on the side of Noz here, so we're not letting him die. I mean, we have been caught out, though, and, you know, this is the play that really mattered throughout the entire game. It is a double, though, so Shark going to be able to get the pull, but not for free. This is going to be a trade, and I dare say we're just going to be taking this hook, maybe, and then continuing the chase. But no, we've opted to slug and go for the pressure onto Twisty here. So, you know, Mo just has to wait out the 15 seconds the best he can, and you know, I would say Twisty's as good as gone. He's going to be pre-dropping this Shack pallet here. You know, his access all the way to the other side of the deep pocket variation of the map here. We are going to be faking the pallet, but going down ultimately. No DS, no second chance. This will be just Twisty out of the game. We do get a gen proc in the background, and well, you know, we do still have our slug survivor Shark all the way over where the unhook happens. He isn't moved a single inch, so Mo's just going to go back to the hook here. As he does anticipate the reset, you do see them fully, well, not fully reset just yet. One survivor fully reset, so he knows that they're not going for the pickup onto Shark. You know, there's not going to be any other way to get healed in the game, so he knows that there's somewhere just, you know, in the corner healing. But we're going to go for the pickup onto Shark. This will be another stage, and this will be the tight condition as it currently stands. So, you know, you can't give up any stages anymore if you're on the side of the survivors, but if you're on the side of Mo, which is, you know, it's looking extremely likely that he's going to be taking away this set here.
Yeah, it's just, I hate to be brutal, but it's just, it's a little bit uncoordinated on the side of the survivors. Maybe the wrong gens are being sat, Hunter. It's a tough build. It's a 4-stage win con. You can't be upset with it. I just feel like, you know, there could have been a few decisions that were made that, like you said, could have been a little bit better. The big decision that mattered, obviously, they kind of, you know, messed up a little bit. We had a trade. We are going to see Big Shark there, juicing up for his, I guess, second chase. Probably, I mean, the last chase that does matter. He's gone down anyway. We are on Shaq, I believe 11. Yeah, it's just, it's tough gens to be sitting. Hook on the 2 tile as well in a jungle gym. The worst thing for Shark once he gets off, but still have the crowd control. You still got 2 stacks of Penti. Mo's gone all the way deep there. Now this is what I'm talking about. We have a lot of progress around the map, which is good. You have 3 gens about 60. You know, you have Twisty's gen. No, sorry, I apologize. You have Spree's gen. You had the one that Mo just hovered to, which was deep 6, and you have Shaq. It's definitely doable from this point out, position to get out. I really do believe that. The problem is, Hunter, can you have a chase that lasts and makes it to where it needs to make? Because Mo's having pretty short chases. To be honest, this is not, we're not seeing the chases like we saw when Daishao rocked up and, you know, gave Smokey, you know, a bit of business to 1-2 Fight Club. You know, these chases have been pretty short. I have to be completely honest. That's kind of hard to out when you're not, you know, not able to rely on that.
Definitely not what Daisho had put on last match of the set, sorry. I mean, Yeah, he was just putting on an absolute performance, but also Mo not making as much micromanagement mistakes as Smokey. He is hitting a lot of his shreds, and he's playing a lot more safe. You know, he's not going for anything ambitious. I mean, at the beginning of the game of last match, you saw Smokey just go for something just completely out of the water a few times where he just had to play a little bit patient. I know you definitely picked up on it. I mean, at the window, at the pallet, nevertheless, Mo just not going to be making those mistakes. He's going to play extra safe. He's going to be zoning Spry back into the deep pocket here. He does have access to this car, but unfortunately been caught out, trying to crouch tech there, anticipating a shred, but Mo again playing extra patient. Nice fakes there, so he's going to slug this. He's going to go all the way back to where he anticipates Noz, who's just stealthing around for the pool here, and we could be in for a little bit of a longer game, as I am seeing. If we don't manage to catch sight of Noz, who is just kind of edge map on the other side of the map, yeah, he's just kind of over at this Z-walk here, going past the generator over the crane that has been worked, and has decided to hop back on it to go for the gen pressure. I mean, you definitely can't get caught out at a time like this, and I think most caught glimpse of him, and he is given a little bit of nodders, and this is initiating the 1v1 over at the crane. So, you know, what can Noz pull out of the hat? Did have a fairly good chase at the beginning of the game, so maybe he can continue that kind of play style. He's going to be pre-dropping the crane, going back to these T and Ls, but eating a tag as a result of it. That is mighty unfortunate and beautifully done by Mo. He doesn't really have access to anything here on the side of Noz. He's going to be almost getting mind gamed at the L there, but does make this 50 if we just take the window vault. But Mo, too smart, too patient, knows he can commit it, didn't go for any double backs of the sort, and that will be the 4K to, you know, Nameless King's taking it 1-0 at the moment, so the community proving themselves right.
Pretty dominating result, to have to admit. It was a 4K 2 on the side of Nameless to a 4 stage 2 fresh on the side of Ancestor. So yet again, Ancestor's lucky number is 4. I believe this is the 3rd week in a row they have gotten 4 stages on their pick. I'm not sure how I feel about that information, Hunter. I'll be completely honest. I do believe there could be some potential here, maybe to pick up on the back end of these on this set.
And welcome back, everyone. Yes, it was a balancing violation on the side of Ancestor. There will be a low tier penalty, half a stage deduction. We forgot the hatch offering. Mighty unfortunate stuff, considering that, you know, you want to be setting an absolute incredible win con on the side of our survivors. And yes, that will just eliminate the tie condition for our killer. They won't really do anything. It really depends on the result that's really given to us at the moment. And we can really see whether that penalty, you know, really does something for us or really doesn't. And as we spawn in, we do see that our survivors have spawned on the top side of the map and our killer spawning on the bottom side as it currently stands now. It is quite flipped from what we had seen last match. Mo taking grounds back all the way into this midsection of the map. We are going to be breaking the door here. He's going to be trying to find our stealthing survivors over at the backside of main. I do anticipate it is Noz who will be taking the first chase around the lockers here. And as we say that, Mo going to be charging up that bound there. Going to be vaulting it instantly. And now the first chase is on the way at a much stronger tile than it would have been last game here. Going to be pre-dropping this pallet on the outside of the main and rotating all the way back down to the midsection. And this can be a quick tag here. Slammed back into the tree. Now, where do we go from here? We're going to be going to the middle of the map. Okay, we do have access to 2 very nice fillers, 2 very strong fillers. Are going to be just pre-dropping this one to make immense distance all the way down to the bottom side on the side of Noz, who will be following up Chase all the way into 6 here. Does he have access to another filler? And he does, but he has opted to give pallet position as he is trying to get away from that line of sight. But Mo taking ground is going to be sliding off the rock here, and Noz is going to be able to read that and make all the way back down to the shack, faking the window vault and getting refunded at the pallet. That's that 110 coming in, Jumps. My God, but we do have adequate gen pressure in the background to facilitate for that chase. So all things considered, wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, it could have got really, really dicey for Mo there, because Noz made shack, and honestly, he's going to be able to drag all the way up mid 3 as well. We do see Spree over there on the 9 side, just having a geese and a gaze over his surroundings. We do have everyone just sort of, you know, rotating around the map. I think there was a bloke 1 as well, so maybe, I believe Twisty might be the one playing for pool. Yeah, we do see a Grimmer, Sharky I should say, rotating up the map onto 1. We do catch Big Twisty here out on the edge map. That's going to be a throw into the edge map rock. This should just be a 2-tap coming in. We might make the window if we're lucky. We might make the pallet. We do not make the pallet. That is 110 jumps, lock in. definitely not going to make that. We do see Noz getting pulled off the hook from Spree. We are going to see Spree take an FTP. Now, that's not the worst play I've ever seen. The only thing that was terrible about it was the fact that, you know, it just didn't mean anything. Now, FTPing a bloke is not bad. That was probably the worst time you could have FTP'd. I don't hate an FTP off the first hook. I really don't. The problem is now you've FTP'd a bloke, and Noz is 2-tap on the Edge Map 7 Hunter. Yeah, probably not the best use of FTP you could have got there. Yeah, we do see 2 survivors slug, Corey. That's pretty bad. Twisty's still over 5 side, just dead. Like, no one's... I mean, one's rotating for him now, but he's just spent... I mean, the whole of... I believe it's... sorry if I'm not mistaken. Is it Noz? Yeah, Noz's chase just on the ground, just doing nothing. So you've had 3v1 this early into the game. No gen pressure. Twisty's only just been picked up. 3 blokes. Two blokes are injured now. And realistically, it didn't need to be like that. It didn't need to be like that.
Not at all. I mean, yeah, you got to make the FTP count, and unfortunately, it just was not the case there. You did see it just, you know, it was propped, but it just didn't mean anything. We are going to be taking the next chase onto Shark here, and Modus in such a dominant position as we take this second chase all the way over into 5. We are going to be taking the tag and leaving, going back to secure the stages onto Noz here, and I don't know if anybody's really going for this, so we're just opting to let him die. Spry doing the right thing, just sitting Gen all the way over at the backside of the top side of the map, but we do have to manage to somehow get Noz off the hook in the chase all the way to the top side, as we want to be flipping it at this time, and you want the chase to be lasting, all things considered as well. We're going to be slamming into a little bit of junk there. We are going to manage to get the pull. Very fortunate stuff for our survivors. They're very unfortunate for Mori, as you know, if he were even thrown into the corner there, that would have been mighty problems. But taking the chase back onto Noz here, all the way over at the Shack, playing the check spots very well. He's going to have to make use of the Shack pallet now, but unfortunately getting mind gamed, and no, we've played it too preemptively, but we do have access to the pallet. No, that 110 is brutal. That 180, whatever you're on, if you have exit lag, whatever, my God, that is... Oh no. Everything is crumbling. Don't tell me it's real, Jumps. Tell me that it's fake and we're restarting. That's criminal.
That has to be one of the biggest sell jobs I've ever seen. Yeah, it looked grim. No pun intended. It looks grim. But why have we sent that, my son? I mean, honestly, we've still somehow gotten away with it. We are seeing, I believe this is Grimo, Sharky just 10 bottom and get both picks here. So they're not going to get too punished for it. We do see Spree as well. Just directing himself away from the killer. Is going to be probably sitting a gen top side. I'd hope maybe they reset him in good old, I believe, Twisty's the one not in chase. Sharky's going to be in chase here. Sharky's going to get hooked up. This is going to be Spree on 11. I don't know, Corey. There's not much to dissect. Just Mo's played it. I mean, it's hard to say he's played it. Of course he's played it well. He plays it well every time, but he's just done what he needs to do, right? He's not gone outside his meat. He's not, you know, gone overboard with the mechanics. He's not, I guess, done. I mean, he has gone overboard with the mechanics. You see him try to little flick the rock down the 6 there. So, I don't know. Maybe he is. Maybe they're just not ready for the big Mo. That's probably all you can really say at this point. If we're at this point in the game, with this much, you know, pressure on the side of Mo, it's just, it's hard. We also have Pop as well on Mo, so that's like just good. With the way he's been playing, like 3v1 all game, choosing optimal picks. What's going on here? That was interesting. I'm not sure what we were doing there. We are going to see... Oh, nice little juke there from Spree. Do we make anything? I'm not sure if we do. We do not make this filler again. We do make the filler, actually. No, sorry. We are just going to sit there and play the 50s. We do have a life, really nice life usage there from Spree. We are sort of just looking at the wall there. I'm not too sure what we were looking at there. Interesting.
Yeah, gonna be going down otherwise, unfortunately, over at 5, opting to, oh, sorry, 5, 8, opting to slug on the side of Mo here, but stuck a little bit on Spry on the floor as it currently stands. We are going to be taking chase to somebody over at the real 5. We do see these scotch marks leading all the way into, oh, okay. Let's pretend that didn't happen. So Shark is going to opt to go for the pickup onto Spry, but is going to be caught out in the mid section of the map. And I did say grounds for 4K 3 jumps. I didn't think it was going to be true, but it is here. you know, Mo really showing why he is the Mo. But I mean, look, when you look at the oh my, wait, hang on a second, we're getting flicky. There's no need to get flicky here. What the hell? All right, we are going to be taking chase onto this little Eiffel here. We don't really have much to go on after it's dropped, and we have given possession over to Mo, but going to be going for a little bit of a YouTube clip there. He's going to be bumping into the boxes. Going to be pre-dropping this, playing it safe on the side of Shark. Doesn't again, like I had said, is just going to be zoned all the way into the top side of the map. And yeah, I'm just kind of baffled that we didn't break the Coal Tower 3 gen, the infamous Coal. All right, I'm just a little bit confused on how we didn't break the Coal Tower 3 gen. That was crazy to me. I know we got 9 done. I know there was another generator over at the, it must have been like mid 3 or something, you know. Had some pretty spread out generators, but I would have anticipated they would have been on at least 1 or main or something. Or, you know, you said that Spry went back all the way down to 11 and started doing 11, and then I realized the 3 gen was still there, but it didn't matter in the end because ultimately these chases have been subpar is probably the kindest way to put it, unfortunately, you know, and that's not to discredit these players. You know, I'm pretty sure that they would have like better games, better days somewhere along the lines, and you know, there is about 7 other weeks to determine how they're going to play, so you know, maybe they can show up their skills there, but today was not the day. Mo just really you know, showing up a dominant performance. My god, I don't think he made any mistakes, in all honesty, capitalizing on any mistakes Ancestor was really making. So I mean, as we take the remaining stages into this match, it is probably time to talk a little bit, touch up a little bit about that win condition there. So, I mean, you know, we got half a stage of deduction, so there's no room for tie condition. We can't 4K3 on the side of Smoky Hellfire. We have to 4K4. If we 4K3, we lose the set entirely, and that's going to be the 2-0 to Nameless King. And you did anticipate it, you know, as the community vote. If you are joining us for the first time, it was 99-1. So, you know, heavily in favor to Nameless King. Ancestor really still searching for their first I want to say their first set win, in all honesty, if that's correct. And yeah, they are at 0% win-loss percentage as far as their group stage goes, and you know, yeah, they can definitely change that throughout the remainder of the season, but again, just Mo really just disallowing it. And you know, all in all, I want to hear your thoughts about this game, Jumps. What were the problems? I want to dissect the analysis, and I want you to dissect the game realistically.
One thing I want to make a note of before we load out of here into this out of this trial, 2 fresh hooks have died. We are going to see Twisty and Spree die. We do see a nice little beautiful hug tech for any capacity on the Wesker on the CT1. Probably just isn't acceptable, even on ping. I have to be brutally honest. That's already not up for debate, so I won't harp on it too much longer. I'm sure they already know that, but obviously on the back end, that leaves your killer, Smokey. Great bloke. It leaves him in a situation like, I don't know. It's a bit of a, like, with all respect, it's a bit of a piss take result, right? You're expecting a guy to go out on a 5-stage killer and just, you know, kind of juice up and get the job done for your team. It's not a realistic win con. It never will be. The sad part about it is, I think, for Smokey is, I do think he's a good Wesker as well. I do think he's not even a bad Wesker. I think he's quite a good Wesker, and it would have been achievable for like a 4K1, maybe high stages, but that's just not going to happen now. And yeah, I guess that's the sad reality of it, Bulla, is, you know, 4K3s, 4K4s, 4K2s. You know, 4K2s are a little bit more achievable for tie, but like, even to tie this, like, you have to get a 4K3. 4K4 is the win con, alright? That's like, you can let 1 gen pop. Most times on Wesker, 1 gen pops for the first chase. That's the game plan. You know, you double out mid, take first chase where it needs to be. So, I don't know. How did we get here, Hunter? I don't know. I can't tell you. Nice little hug tech attempt there from Big Smoke Nizzle. I'm sure he's just going to try and get some clips for the montage. Why wouldn't ya? Take this opportunity, bro. It's not really like, you know, they'll smash it play from Meg there, big soloist. You're not really gonna, you know, do yourself any justice, beating yourself up over trying to get a 4K4. You know, aim for a 4K0. Aim for a 4K0, son. Yeah, I say aim for a 4K0.
He's not going to be able to force the error on any of these survivors. They are playing extra safe and making sure they're in correct positions most of the time. Oh, and the Jiggy as well. Smokey trying everything in the book as far as micro goes. I mean, he's really trying to get those hug tets gone. I know that's the second time he's been stunned. That's mighty unfortunate stuff. Going to be blinding him as well on the side of Mio, who's going to be making this 5 tile here. You know, Smokey once again going for that Uru attack, not quite connecting as we did have enough distance on the side of Mio. Going back to Shaq here, opting not to choose the window. He's going to fake it and go around, save the window vault. I do like that play. He recognized his distance and he played accordingly to it. And now he's going to be sending it back into Shaq. Where has he gone? We've completely lost him. He's in the corner. Nah, he's crouch checking in the corner. That's diabolical. I've never seen it. And we are still struggling to get this first down on the side of Smoky Hellfire here. I'm not too sure we make that window there, but the double back was immaculate from Mio. Is going to be making a round back on the other side. We're getting hit. Takes 2. Look at him go. Here comes Han Lee trying to take a protection hit wherever is granted. And oh, Smoky Hellfire. Oh, we've lost sight of our tunnel out. No, I say tunnel out very loosely. Our first chase of the game. We're going to be pre-dropping this pallet on the side of Han Lee as well, playing around the midfielder very nicely, winning every single 50 known to man. Maybe Smoky just has to stop egoing the pallet and just go for the break here. Han Lee playing those immaculate check spots at what seems to be 110 to 180, as we've been saying through the entire night, but is now going to be caught over at 5, and we've been mind gamed a little bit there, faking the window by going down ultimately, and this will be the first down at 4 generators remaining. Still at the win condition here, Joms.
I mean, you just can't chase any of the bros, unfortunately. I mean, Han Lee showing a bit of micro misplay, I guess you could say. So maybe Smokey... Oh, no, maybe Smokey's done his research. Maybe he knows very well the tunnel out. Maybe that was what he was waiting for. Who knows? You just never know. We do have the 1 gen popping, so the win con needs to be met at this current time. We do see a very, very hastily pull, which is what I do love. We do see Smokey Hellfire getting a tag onto Mio here down 3 side. Brutal break zone. We're not going to get the blind there. That's brutal, son. You need to lock in. That's definitely not going to happen. We try to dodge there. That's going to be Beetle. Beetle's gonna bite Smokey in the ass. We do make the mid vault comfortably. Very, very, very nice. Very, oh, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. We don't even make that either. That's fortunate. And the beautiful pathing. Oh, look at it. We see all the gens popping as well. Ding, ding, ding. Someone is, my oven's ready. Someone's at the door. Telephone's ringing. Whichever one you want to. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, that Uber driver's here. My God, he's serving right now. Mio is going crazy. He's going to be greeting the pallet over at 1-2. The pathing is just, it's stupendous, realistically. He is going to be greeting the pallet and trying to play the stun here. What? No, we've been refunded. No, if he got that stun, I would have jumped out of my chair in excitement. But that was a good chase, incredible chase nonetheless. We have met the win condition on the side of our survivors. They will be taking away the set for 2-0 victory entirely throughout the entire series. So, you know, they've played. Honestly, I don't even think you could really fault them in any regard other than maybe a little bit of micro misplay on the side of Han Lee a little bit earlier, and that's not to discredit him either. I mean, in all honesty, he played incredibly well trying to get that protection hit onto Mio, and now we're going to be taking chase back onto Daisho here over at this shack window. Don't have access to any other filler unless we somehow jiggy around all the way down to this mid-6 tile. That works. I mean, I was looking more towards 7 and I just saw this big fat hill on the way, but we're managing to make do where we can, and Daisho is going to be playing around this oddly strange loop. I've always said kind of strange with the tree and the dropped pallet. It doesn't really connect too properly in all honesty, or at least I think so. But we are going to be making this nice little fill over here, and this can be pretty detrimental to a Wesker, definitely to those movement killers. They don't tend to do too well because you can see over the top of them, but maybe I'm going to be eating my words. On the side of Smoky Hellfire is going to be now dashing in and out, really trying to make a clip of something, and we have opted to leave our chase onto Daisho back onto, I think it was, oh wait, Soloist? Wait, Adren play? Oh no, that was an Adren play. My God, he hit Soloist, who tanked the hit. I don't even think they 99 the gen. I think that was just immaculate timing from the side of Soloist. I think he played around the gen, not the gen playing around the adrenaline protection hook, and all of a sudden I'm losing track of what I'm saying. But we are going to be continuing on the 11 side of main on the side of Daisho, who does have access to the pallet here, but isn't going to be able to make it. He's going to be slammed into the rock, and that's a dual beetle throw if I've ever seen one. My God, straight into the rock. On the pallet too. So ready for that pallet save if we manage to pick up on the side of Smoky Hellfire, but I don't think that he's going to do anything of the sort. He's going to opt to chase Mio. Actually, no, he's gone back, and now he's really trying to pressure the survivors off of the pick here. Soloist getting hit, unfortunately, and I think they should just take the outs, but they are going to be playing for best possible result, and in which you would have to heal in a scenario like this, make sure that everyone's nice and healthy, isn't red infected at the moment, which Mio currently is. We do see him spraying it too. That's ballsy. And we have seen Smokey go all the way back into mid, so completely so far away from where Mio was spraying. I'm going to be breaking this doorway into the backside of one now, really taking ground back onto that hook there, where we do see a reset and a one-off survivor in the distance, Han Lee, rotating for the quick pull if we manage to commit the reset, but we don't commit the reset. We've found Han Lee, we've spotted him out. Maybe the reset goes for the unhook and the pull now, and I anticipate that's what's going to be happening as we do take one of the final chasers back onto Hanley, who is playing much better now, is playing the correct check spots, is playing around the ping very nicely, is going to be greeting the pallet and trying to make the window. We don't anticipate that we are being committed. We have been caught out though. Slammed again. The dual beetle doing absolute wonders here for Smoky Hellfire. He's going to be looping the outside of the tile once more. We do have the bodies to facilitate for any distance that had been lost during this chase, and now we are a little bit caught out on the side of Harley. Now how does he get out of this? Well, we're going to be taking those extra tags on the side of Smokey onto Mio, who is now what seems to be no, he's not in chase at the moment, so we are going to be taking another tag onto Soloist. Wait, I think they all make it out. Soloist going to be running all the way down to 12 or that one exit gate here. Now, what can he pull out of the hat to make sure that he exits the trial as well untouched? Maybe a little bit jiggy. No, we're getting thrown into the trees. And the survivors just going to let Soloist die for a 6-stage result. So all things considered on paper, looks something more along the lines of the low average to what you would expect from a set like this. But we know as the audience what we had seen, it definitely well and truly could have been something along the lines of 4 stages.